Elvin Red here playing Farming Simulator 22, and welcome back to the Upper Mississippi River Valley. Heading back to the farm here with our planting setup, the 9RX 640, and then the P576? Yeah, P576 hoe drill here. Finished planting all the winter wheat here. I think we're going to plant here. Oh boy, how am I going to get back here? Because I don't think we can fit through that gate, right? Actually, I wonder. You know what? This gate has caused me, or not really a gate. These like two walls here. Can we like do something with these? Hide wall. Yes, please. Should have done this a long time ago, Owen. And can we hide this one too? Yep. Okay. Should have done that a long time. I've gotten so much equipment stuck on those walls over the last few episodes here. The episodes of this series, it's been ridiculous, Owen. You know, stuff like this doesn't fit through there. Combines, tractors, certain tractor maybe with triple wheels a little tight, you know, so on and so forth, right? Should have done that a long time ago. So anyway, I think we are done with planting here. We still have a couple of things to do here yet, though. We need to take care of the weeds. We're still into October 3rd here, by the way. And then I also wanted to roll the fields as well. So we'll probably throw a course play on the weed job. And I figure I'll maybe start the rolling job here myself. We'll just park that there. Looks pretty good to me. Kind of next to the tenders that support it here. Well, actually, I guess this one really doesn't support this one per se. Really, the only one that really supports this one, unfortunately, is this truck here with the seed. Again, I do have like several tanker trucks, but, well, as I keep saying, I have not been able to fill that back tank with anything. So, yeah. Now, mind you, the one thing, maybe I should say this, Evan. The one thing I don't think I've tried, or have I tried? I'm trying to remember now if I've tried this or not, Evan, but if you take this back tank and hook it up by itself individually to a tractor, maybe then you can. But talk about a pain in the, you know, I've been having to, like, disconnect this thing to hook it up to another tractor or something, just so you can fill it, and then have to reconnect it back to this. Oh, my goodness. If that is the solution, Evan, that is definitely not, I repeat, definitely not a good solution. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, too. Oh yeah, I think we got enough money. Question is, do I want to buy another truck like this, or I like that truck, Evan, but, well, you folks know what the problem with it is. It is obnoxiously loud. Also, why is it a Ford Peterbilt? I just realized this. Why does it have the Ford logo on it? I don't know what. Whatever. Anyway, we're just gonna get another Mack truck, I guess, Evan. Day cab sleeper. No, we don't need any of that stuff on it. I don't think. Just day cab. Engine setup. Yep. I was gonna say if there was a single wheel option in the back or a single axle, I probably would do that. But oh well, we'll just stick with that. Let's tab down to the shop here. Have this head up here. We're gonna put this under our other trailer then, Evan, and then we can put our other combine header on that trailer, because so far I am very impressed with how that trailer is working out for our combine headers. Again, it's got some issues as well, but I think these issues are better than the issues we're having with the current header trailers, where the headers obviously fall off the header or off the trailer, and yeah, end up wandering all over the place, right? So Century Farm silo, have you head there, and then we're gonna head over here. I think I've got some of the equipment over here already. Which one do I have? Oh, I've got it all over here. Okay, cool. I should probably really like maybe go to the other field here with a roller. Start the roller on field 26, or 27 and 28. And then the weed we can start on field 41 here. So let's get a course by course going for this here. 80 feet. Yeehaw. Nice, nice big weeder here. First waypoint. And drive the course. I figure everyone, in some ways this should be cheaper. Get out of the way here. Cheaper than actually running the sprayer. Although if you use the See & Spray, maybe the See & Spray would be cheaper. I'm not sure, because, you know, these weeders aren't exactly cheap either. The cost of actually like doing it is pretty minimal, of course, because you just run it across the field and it doesn't cost anything per se. The cost is all in buying the equipment, of course, and technically a little bit for the hired worker there as well. But like I said, that's pretty minimal, I would say. Okay, I think we are going to head to the other field here, though, just so we're not both working on the same field here. I know I got them both sent down here, but I think it'll be better this way. That way we're not getting in each other's way. We actually might be both about the same width here. I'm not sure. We check that. Course by course. No course. Why is this not opening up? Oh, because I'm not on a field, maybe? That's maybe why. We'll see what it is here when we get next to the other field. Oh, light's blinking. I wonder if that light's actually blinking when I'm here, or if it just, like, always blinks. No idea. And as I said before, unfortunately, when it comes to that weeder job there, everyone, that is not something where you can actually see, like, you've made any difference. So, yeah, really hard to tell. In fact, forget hard. Impossible to tell where you have it weeded. So, definitely a job you kind of want to have, like, horseplay or hired worker do or something like that. Something that can hopefully actually stay where it needs to. Mind you, at least on the PC side of things, Evan, we could probably do it here with GPS. And then just maybe make, a couple guesstimates on the headland type of thing. Oh, did I say 26? No, we're doing 41 and 42, not 27 and 28. That's right. 41 and 42 are our wheat fields, winter wheat fields here. And it starts rolling. It's interesting how the roller here, everyone. Let's set up GPS here a minute. How the roller takes the mulched look from the field and turns it black. I always thought that was kind of weird. Okay, 0 degrees, auto width. Hey, look at that. We are 80 feet here as well. I thought so, but I wasn't 100% sure. So both our weeder and our roller here are both 80 feet. Again, just seems a little bit safer just have them both on separate fields, right? So we're using the RDAllen 80-foot roller here. This is a 5-section roller. Turn here. Suppose I could rotate the GPS, but then we're just going to go to that 45-degree angle. That's like right there. So we'll just freehand this here a little bit, especially on an articulated tractor, right? I know some folks don't like driving the articulated tractors here in the game. I personally don't mind driving them typically. They are definitely a little bit more difficult to drive, especially when you're trying to like back stuff up or something like that. Especially like a trailer that has a steerable axle up front. Oh my goodness, that is, yeah. Backing up an articulated tractor with a trailer with a steerable axle. Whew, that's a difficult one there. But yeah, as far as just like the tractor goes by itself, I don't mind it too much, especially if you have a steering wheel of one. With the steering wheel, these tractors are super easy to drive, at least in my opinion. They're no more difficult than, a regular tractor that steers in the front axle, right? Hey, our new truck has reached the silo. We get a chance this episode, we'll hop over there and put our other header on that other trailer. The other header, you folks seen it there when we were bringing the planter back. It's kind of sitting up on the grass, and that's kind of where it fell off. I'm trying to remember. It fell off right in there somewhere, and I just kind of moved it over just a little bit so I can still get down the road there yet. Otherwise, it was kind of like partially blocking the road just a little bit. Didn't bother going back to get it with the other trailer. It's like there's no sense. It's just going to fall back off that trailer again. I've lost count of how many times I've had to, manually, by hand, using the heavy lift mod, of course, pick that trailer up and put it back on the trailer. And the hard part, too, is that once the trailer grabs it, the trailer will, like, lock onto it, and then you can no longer pick it up and, you need to make a slight adjustment to it. You can't. The trailer will lock on. It might not lock on like in a good way, but it will lock on. And unfortunately, even though it locks on, doesn't mean it's not going to fall off. It kind of still tends to fall off, right? Okay, I need to line up a little better here in this. Okay, and I know this is a point I've made before, but I just got to point it out again here because it's something that still baffles my mind here, everyone. If you look at this roller, everyone, fairly simple piece of equipment, you would say, right? And it doesn't look to be overly complex. You got 5 rollers here. Going down the road, this thing folds up. It's all behind itself. I'm about to be seeing it here a few moments ago. However, if you go to, like, I guess you would call it, like, the European standard, everyone, like, what in tarnation is this atrocity? I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, that thing folds and pivots and, like... I'm sorry, where's the simplicity in that? I mean, as far as, like, even hydraulics on this particular machine go, there's really not that much for hydraulics on here either. Like, there's no raise and lower function. Like, once you're out to the field, that when this thing is down, and it stays down, right? You're not, like, raising and lowering this, which typically is fine for a roller. You don't typically need to raise and lower a roller a whole lot. The idea, of course, with the roller being is you're going to roll relatively soon after planting. You know, preferably before the crops start coming up. You want to roll the field before the crops start coming up. Because otherwise, yeah, once the crops start coming up, not a good idea to be rolling with that, typically. This will probably destroy the crops. So again, you typically want to roll immediately after planting. And of course, the idea being that is it's going to push down any dirt, level out any dirt. Just allow the combine, when it comes to harvest time, to ride along the ground a little bit better with the header there. Hopefully won't catch any stones up in the header. Any, you know, big dirt clumps as well. Just, again, keeps the field nice and level that way, hopefully. Smooths everything out. I really liked, I forget which map it was here again, everyone. But one of the maps that actually left a smooth texture behind the roller. At least with a roller like this is what you typically would see, would be a smoother texture. You know, this texture here looks like it probably lines up a little bit more with the in-game rollers there. Those overly complex atrocities. Yeah, we should probably do at least one more headland after this one here yet, I think. Yeah, give ourselves a little bit extra room to turn around here. As far as tractors go here, by the way, we are running the John Deere 9620, and just 9620. It's no 9R 620 or 9620R or anything like that. It's just 9620, everyone. Kind of a old tractor now, almost. And I'll have to say, at least for my part, don't see a whole lot of these tractors around anymore. I know there's at least one farmer on my way to work that has two similar tractors. They are different models, though. They're not the 9620. I think they are, I'd like to say, like a 9330. And then maybe like I know they have a second tractor, too. I don't remember what the model number on that one is. But, you know, very similar looking tractors. They're right around the same time period. 30 series, I do believe, is a little bit newer, though. So a 9330 would be obviously smaller, but also newer than the 9620. 9620, I believe, is in the 20 series. Not really how John Deere does their naming anymore. Obviously, a lot of the John Deere's naming now has to do with the horsepower of the tractor. So, like John Deere 9620R, for example, is 620 horsepower. And, of course, the 9 series tractor. Or if you get to the even newer model, where they now call them 9R 620. Actually, do they have a 9R? Yeah, I think there's a 9R 620, right? Or is it the 9R 640 now? Maybe something like that. Whatever. I want to, like, raise the roller up, and it's like, wait a minute, nope, that's right. The roller does not raise up. You can fold it up, but it doesn't raise up. Speaking of folding, by the way, again, going back to the somewhat simplicity of this roller here, there's not even any hydraulics to unfold this. I mean, you literally just, I'm assuming it probably has hydraulic locks. Well, actually, you know what? It might have a little bit of hydraulic assist for unfolding here. trying to look. There's probably like an hydraulic lock. Maybe they just don't have it modeled here. Usually there's some sort of lock of some sorts that holds them together. But a lot of times with these rollers, Evan, there's not even any hydraulics to like unfold them. Although, again, like I said, this one looks like it maybe does. Usually you just like unlock them and then you back up and then, you know, the roller will fold out. Same thing goes when you're ready to fold it up. You just unlock it again and you fold it out. Or fold it in, I should say. Just drive forward and it'll fold in on itself. You know, again, I just got to go back to this thing. I'm like, oh my goodness, working on this piece of equipment, everyone, must be an absolute nightmare. I mean, just look at all the hydraulics and these, like, I don't know, turntables or whatever these are. Like, oh my goodness, Evan, that's just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, you got, there's like 2 hydraulics here just to operate this turntable here from the looks of it. And I think, isn't there another, is that the only turntable? Maybe there's just one in each wing. The Diablo Mega Roll. Mega Roll 2430. Kind of a mean looking machine, but like I said, I definitely would not want to own one of those. It's definitely interesting to see. There are definitely some differences, Evan, between European farming and American farming. Differences I definitely don't quite understand. That is for sure, everyone. And just from my perspective, for any maybe European farmers that might be watching here, every time I see European farmers, I'm like, what are we farming? Back in the 1950s here, everyone? I mean, we've gotten away from moldboard plows long time, like decades ago. 3-meter equipment, yeah, that was decades ago. Ooh, did we miss anything? Nope, we got everything in the corner there. Cool. I just need to get myself straight back out here so I can get on this GPS line. There we go. I don't know about you folks, I was kind of impressed with that turn, other than getting the last little bit lined up with the GPS there. No missing spots, and we're back on the line. And just a reminder, while we're following the GPS line here, everyone, if you haven't already done so, don't forget to click the subscribe button. They're always very much appreciated. And, of course, once you are subscribed, make sure you turn on your notifications. That way you get notified of the latest, greatest Upper Mississippi River episode going live. And then don't forget, too, if you want to leave a comment down below, always enjoy reading all you folks' comments. And if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Yeah, we're gonna roll the ditch here. Good, some good flexibility on that roller here. Okay, let's head over to the comment section here a moment, and I'm going to skip a little out of order here because I see one comment right away. We were talking about this here last episode. I've been playing Farming Simulator for like 10, well, actually been doing YouTube videos on Farming Simulator now for 10 years almost, everyone. And the map we started out on here, LOL Leaf reminded me here, was saying Westbridge Hills. Been watching since then. Ha, yes, nice. Yep, Westbridge Hills. Out of curiosity, anyone watching? LOL Leaf said he was been here since then. Anyone else been here since Westbridge Hills? That was the Titanium DLC map back in Farming Simulator 2013. kind of, I would say, the point where Farming Simulator tried to get a little bit more into the American farming side of things. Otherwise, up until that point, when Farming Simulator was definitely very, I would say, heavily European. A lot of the mods were very heavily European as well. But yeah, Farming Simulator 2013 with a titanium DLC and the American-ish, maybe we should say American-ish map, West Bridge Hills. And I don't know about you folks, I actually kind of like that map. Didn't really have any major complaints with it. It had some nice, good-sized fields to it. Most of the fields, from what I remember at least, were mostly squarish. Or, rectangular at least, square edges, straight. And then, of course, that was the point, too, where we had all the case equipment in the game. So, the case, was that the 9230 Combine then, I think? So, yeah, if I remember correctly, I think back then, everyone, the case 90... That was 9230? 9230, I think, was their big Combine back then. Of course, now we're to the 9250. So, like, 2 series is the newer here in the last 10 years. Yeah, just kind of cool to look back at one. I don't know if I think of it. Maybe I'll have to like re-upload one of the older videos or something like that, just to go back and take a look. I don't know. We'll have to see once I have one. Anyway, Norton was saying I had Courseplay turn off the grain carts when it can't find a path to the truck to unload. It mostly happens when it's set to avoid driving on crops. I wonder if that's what's happening here as well. There, that kind of makes sense what you said there, Norton. We're on a couple of larger fields here. Don't typically have that problem on the smaller fields. So like 47, 48, 40, none of these other fields I don't recall having those issues with. But the 3 larger fields that I have now, 41, 42, 27, 28 there. I think I've had the issue on all of those fields here where, yeah, it seems like at some point Courseplay just turns off. And like you were saying there, Norton, maybe it's because it can't find a path, so it's like, okay, I'm done. And I do have, like, avoid driving on crops. I think that is turned on yet. So I suppose I could turn that off. That was actually a setting I always used to turn off back in previous versions of Courseplay a lot of times. That one, like, just drive on the crop. It's not like Courseplay is going to typically wreck it. Unless, of course, something goes wrong, which was it last episode or episode before when I showed that when we started the Combine up there. And went to the grain cart. The grain cart, I believe, was parked on crop, if I remember correctly. Which was fine when Courseplay was running it, but as soon as I got into that tractor, when the crop destruction took effect, and boom, there went our crop there. Not a lot, but still, we lost just a little bit. A couple bushels, probably. Brian was saying that the guy that's doing the 608-acre field, the map he is on is a 16x map. They're all big on the 16x. Well, that is true. Okay, yeah, if you're playing on a 16x map, which I have not actually played on a 16x map here yet in Farming Simulator 22. As I've said before, when 16x maps, I think are a little big to be playing on, especially single player. And then, again, I haven't played one on 22 of them, but I know, like, in previous versions of Farming Simulator, like, you could go play on a multiplayer with a 16x map at one. The only problem is the multiplayer server typically couldn't handle it, so it was like, okay, 16x maps. They're almost too big for single player. Multiplayer can't handle them. Oh, well. Also, I gotta say, who remembers, I believe it was at a 64x map? I believe it was Farming Simulator, was it 19 or 17? Somewhere in there, one. Someone was supposedly working on a 64x map. I said it would never happen. Now, I guess it's still possible it could happen yet, everyone, but so far, there has not been any 64x maps. So I think I'm going to claim to be right here and say it's never happened, everyone. Not to say you couldn't make a 64x map, but the game just would not handle a 64x map. At least Farming Simulator 19 anyway. I don't know, maybe with the improvements here in Farming Simulator 22, maybe it finally would. I don't know, maybe. Probably not my guess, but maybe. Dan here was commenting on the pumps and hoses stuff. You don't have to have someone shunting hoses around. We do 200 to 300 acre fields here easily without a hose jumper. You just got to be smart in planning how you lay the hose. Interesting. Apparently the people around where I live here that do that must not be smart about laying the hose then or something. Because, yeah, that is... I won't say it's a common thing around where I live, but there is at least one farmer, maybe two farmers around here that are large enough that actually do that. Where, yeah, they just lay hose out to the tractor that's injecting the manure and either pump it from the side of the field there, or they actually have, like, pipe laid all the way out to their location and pump it from there. And, yeah, usually they have, I guess, what you call a hose jumper there. That's, you know, manipulating the hose and keeping the hose in line. Oh, let's see. How is the weeder doing here? Looks like he's still making progress. And speaking of making progress, I think we're doing pretty good here on the rolling. We're probably, what, small half the way done here, I bet. As I've said before, I want you folks to be surprised how much of the headland actually makes up of the field. At least I always am anyway. Just going back to our contracting series we did here last time, everyone. Wow, you just finished the headlands and the field's like half done. It's like, wow, that really is that much. But, yep. Don't realize how much the outer perimeter, and it makes sense, Evan, you know, that outer perimeter keeps getting smaller and smaller every time you go around, so. It's easier GPS-wise, though, to just go up and down the field as opposed to trying to go round and round all the time. Well, anyway, Evan, I think on that note, I think we're going to wrap this episode up here. Between episodes, hopefully going to finish rolling and doing the weeding here. And I'm not sure if we'll come back and do like a winter episode of it. We'll have to see once here. Again, I think all our crops are down at the railroad silo. So I might just take care of selling these off camera here. It's just going to be me renting the train and just making a couple of trips back and forth. Not overly exciting in my opinion, but we'll see once out. Maybe we'll do an episode on that yet. But anyway. For that, thanks for watching. If any folks have any comments and or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, everyone, thanks for watching. Until next time.